You enjoy this for your day off?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's really.
It's just getting your belly button in. Once your belly button's
I'm on
in,
a
you're
beach. And it's really warm. Yes, it's Elz here in Manchester, meeting up with the Iceman, Lerone Murphy. Today he's going to be telling me all about what he gets up to on his day off. So let's go. On today's episode, Lerone takes us to Old Trafford, the home ground of his favourite football team, Manchester United. He breaks down what it was like to grow up in Manchester, what it takes to become a professional athlete, and his thoughts on the upcoming 304 event. Before we head to condition, where the Iceman shows me how he likes to recover post-training with an ice bath, whilst breaking down his plans for the future. All that and more on today's episode of UFC's Day Off. So Lerone, we are here at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I love coming here. I had a season ticket, probably like 3 seasons. I've got friends that played for Manchester United, so I've been coming here from a very young age, and I love this place.
So talk me through your normal day off then.
On my day off, I just like to eat. I just like to go and see. I like to see friends, go to the driving range. I like computer games as well, and just watching other sports really.
So talk me through your food options then on a day off.
I just like everything. I'm a proper foodie. And biscuits.
Oh, can we do a tier system then for biscuits?
Yeah,
do your top 3 biscuits.
Chocolate digestives.
Okay.
I like cookies. And, hard one. A chocolate fingers class as a biscuit? Or not? Is that a chocolate?
Like the bourbons?
No, just the chocolate fingers, sorry.
Oh, they're like half chocolate, half finger. Anyway, let's move on to talking about biscuits. And you played football yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did have trials and stuff like that. I was a decent player, like everybody says, but I was a good player. And it was always my dream to play for Manchester United. I grew up in Old Trafford, so walking past the ground a lot and looking up to all the footballers, but injuries happened and I ended up going down a different route.
So if we look at Manchester United as they are right now, are you happy as a fan with how they're doing?
No, not at all. I'm used to winning, so like nowadays I think everyone's just got used to the losing and the average results really. Since Alex Ferguson left, we've not been the same. And
are there any players in the team that you think would be a good UFC fighter?
I think the old school players more so, like the Roy Keanes and the Wayne Rooney's and stuff like that. I'd pick them all day than the new school footballers.
So when you're preparing for a fight, I mean, let's talk if it's the morning of the fight, in the lead up to the fight, normally in the evening, I guess. Is there anything that you do to prepare, like rituals? Some footballers eat a specific food before they fight. Is there anything that you do?
I like to wake up and just like try and keep myself as calm as possible. I wake up, I do prayers, I put some music on, I might listen to a podcast.
I saw a podcast that you did where you said that your body knows when you're going to fight, so your toilet habits are regular.
Oh, yeah. That's like literally, as soon as I get to the arena, that's when it happens, and it's just like, I can't help it. I just feel, and you know what it is as well, because you eat so much the day before trying to put the weight back on as well, it's just like.
Do you think it's like fight or flight? You know, when you're anxious or nervous or you have that adrenaline, it's just like, okay.
Yeah,
here we
exactly that. But the human body is like, it's crazy, like how it knows. Do you know what I mean? It's like trying to make you as light as possible, as nimble as possible.
And what is it about the North having all these great fighters like yourself? Got Leon Edwards as well.
The North is king. The North is king, and I think it comes down to like the weather. Just it's a bit colder up here. We're just a bit tougher. Tough times create tough people.
And is there anything that you took them from your childhood, sort of discipline-wise, that you now apply to your fighting?
Playing football and then going to MMA, I feel like just like that discipline of getting up, going to train, especially on cold, rainy days, and he's still playing. I feel like that translates well, the work rate, and obviously the fitness side of it. And then in terms of living in Old Trafford, just being resilient. MMA is probably the hardest sport in the world. Well, it is for a fact. You have to be resilient. I've had every injury under the sun and come back from it, so that resilience has paid off.
So your nickname then, it used to be The Miracle, recently changed. We'll get onto that later on, but where did that come about and what was the reasoning for that?
When I was 21, I got shot in the face, so it's a miracle that I'm here. Not many people survive things like that. And then in 2022, I had a bike accident, near-death bike accident, where a car come around the corner and knocked me off a bike. I was bleeding out for 45 minutes, survived that one. So two near-death situations really, and I've ended up overcoming them, and even just like the injuries, day-to-day injuries, I overcome everything, so it's a miracle that I'm still here and I'm doing well. So
do you think that those events, of course, are traumatic, but just breaking through them and coming out stronger, do you think that's definitely helped your fighting?
So I just feel like in life now, regarding the fights and stuff, there's nothing worse that can happen to me that's already happened. So I just see it as that, and I feel free in there now. There's no fear in me. Every day is an extra day for me, so just go out there and just do what I do.
It's a great mentality to have, I think.
That's it, 100%. I feel like I've got a superpower now. Wow, this is incredible.
It's so big. I didn't realise it'd be this big. How does this feel? This is your team. We're in the changing room.
Feels very intimate.
Who's your favourite player?
Right now, I would say I like Rashford. He's not been the best the past year, but I feel Rashford's my favourite player.
New shirt. Take that home.
This is nice. No, I'm actually going to be purchasing this one. I like this one for sure.
What number would you get?
I think I'll keep it plain, or actually I'll get number 1, Murphy. Like that one.
Yeah. That means you're a goalie. So we're here in the changing room. How does it feel to sort of be in your childhood club that you once wanted to play for? You're now backstage in the changing room.
Feels amazing, different as well, because this is something I've never experienced, never seen. Obviously seen it on telly, but like actually being in here, like feeling the vibe is different. When we fight, we have different fighters, so there'll probably be like 4 fighters in the changing rooms at the same time. So it's similar in that term with your team and stuff like that. But going to a fight and going to play football are 2 totally different things.
What is it like then? I've always wondered, obviously you just mentioned you have different fighters in the same room. Does that make you more up for it? Does it motivate you more? Does it distract you?
I feel like it'll motivate you more rather than distract you, because you're still trying to look good in front of other fighters, and then like gaining that respect kind of thing. And like we're all the same at the end of the day, we're all fighters, but it's fun being in there with some guys because they get you up for it more as well, so it's good. Yeah.
Do you have like people that play music, or is it dead silent?
No, we always play music, and if they're not playing music, I'm playing music. But it's kind of annoying when you go into the changing room, somebody's already got their music on, it's not music you like.
What's your favourite music when you're getting ready?
Oh, I listen to some dark music when I'm about to fight. I listen to just the deep rap music and stuff like that, and then a bit of house music before I go out, just to get me in the vibe.
Get your adrenaline going.
That's it.
I saw you mention actually in your last fight that you were worried because you weren't nervous enough. You didn't have that anxiety. You were asking for coffee, they wouldn't give it to you.
Do you know what? That was a weird fight, but it was like that was a crossover to performing at an elite level, and that's what I believe in. It's like I wasn't nervous, so I was asking for coffee. I wanted to feel like that anxious feeling of going into a fight, but I didn't feel that. But it almost felt like I was going into a spar, and that's how I was able to perform. And
do you think it's a good thing that you didn't feel nervous? Obviously, it might have been uncomfortable at the time because you're like, well, I need the adrenaline to get me going. But I also saw you say that you've had advice from other fighters that have said, no, you're now at a place where it's like you're ready.
I feel like when you're nervous and stiff and uptight, you hold back a lot. And I felt like me having no fear, I was just walking forward, and I felt like me for probably like the first time.
So 304,
yeah,
it's happening this weekend. Co-op Live Arena here in Manchester. Your hometown, but you're not fighting in it.
Do you know what? When I first got the Barboza fight, I was kind of thinking, oh yeah, this is a better matchup, and I wasn't that hurt about it. But now coming to fight week, I'm just like, I'm devastated now. I'm the only Mancunian fighter on the roster ever. I should be on the card, but I did got the opportunity, but I had a lot of damage after the last fight, so it wasn't possible. But now I'm back to full sparring, so I should have been fighting really.
And what would it have meant to you then? Obviously, your hometown, Manchester, I can only imagine that the crowd would have loved it, seeing one of their own fighting.
Yeah, it would have meant a lot to me. I would have had all my friends there. Like, it's been one of my dreams, and it's top of the bucket list. but it's just inspired me more because I feel like I can bring a fight night at least back to the Manchester next year. So that's my goal.
Obviously, we've missed out on 304, but is there any other locations, fights that you're looking forward to maybe being on the card for?
Yeah, I'm aiming for as soon as possible, really. So September, I know the Sphere's happening. I'd love to fight on the Sphere. They're doing one show there. If not the Sphere, I think Abu Dhabi. I missed doing Abu Dhabi. I've had 4 fights in Abu Dhabi. Just want to kind of like travel. Obviously, we're not going to fight in Manchester, so I just want to have new experiences and fight all over the world.
And what's your thoughts then on the current top 10? You mentioned you reckon your top 5. So out of that top 10, who are your biggest competitors?
I believe my levels are 100% top 5, and somebody has to prove me wrong. I feel like the division is open right now. We need fresh blood in there. A lot of them guys have been sitting there for years doing, I won't say doing nothing because it's hard to stay in the top 10, but a lot of them have been inactive, should I say, and a lot of them bouts have happened already. Everybody wants to see new fights. It's intriguing. So we've got a lot of guys coming through. You got Diego Lopez as well, me, myself. So yeah, let's give me somebody in the top 5, please.
Who would you pick if you had to pick one?
I think the only person that's actually free right now is Josh Emmett. I feel like me and him will make a great fight. It's a good fight stylistically. It's one the fans want to see. When I've tweeted, a lot of the fans want to see, and it's a banger of a fight, so let's make it happen. 304,
we've got Arnold Allen, Giga Chikadze on the card. Are you going to be there, firstly? And secondly, if you are, who do you have your eye on?
I'm 100% going to be there. I can't miss a card in Manchester. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be watching that fight. It's a good fight, stylistically, both good strikers, both southpaws. So it's an awkward fight, but I've got to stick with the Englishman. I think it's a 50-50 fight, in all honesty. But I think Arnold Allen's gonna win. But I watch every featherweight fight because I feel like there's a possibility we could get matched up. So I'll be watching that fight as closely as possible.
Let's talk about the other fights on the card. Obviously, Leon Edwards. I sat down with him in the last episode of Day Off, experienced his day off, talked about him and about how he prepares for this fight. How are you feeling about that fight going into it?
I feel like he takes that fight easily. Not to say Bilal's not a very good fighter, but I just can't see anybody beating Rocky at the minute. He's so well-rounded and he's a champion, so he's got that different level of confidence. So I feel like he's going to go in there, probably finish the fight 3rd round or so. And I think Tom Aspinall will finish his fight too. He's unstoppable as well at heavyweight. I don't think there's another heavyweight that can challenge him at this minute. So yeah, I think it's going to be an all English wins in the main event.
You'd love to see it, especially in Manchester as well. For
sure. As long as the main event and the co-main event get the wins, it makes it more likely for another Manchester card too.
With our conversation at Old Trafford done, it was time for the moment I've been dreading, as the Iceman took us to condition to show us how he likes to recover post-training. Safe to say, I'm not looking forward to this at all.
Stress levels really high.
So what? It's an ice bath.
Right, so this is what I like to do on my day off. It's an ice bath, obviously. For optimal recovery, we're gonna do 6 minutes.
6 minutes? You can do 6 minutes. I'll do 6 seconds. No, that's not nice. What, so you do this on your day off? As relaxation?
Yeah. To bring down your inflammation, get ready for the next day of training.
What, so we're just going full?
Yes.
Why am I doing this first, mate?
Just ladies first.
Right. Okay, that's awful. This hurts. So what benefit is this giving me again? How is this helping me?
Right, so it brings down the inflammation in your body.
Okay.
If you just sit on the edge, you just acclimatise.
And you do this on days off. Do you do this in the lead up to a fight as well?
I like to do the sauna and the ice bath together. Yeah.
My feet aren't that bad anymore. Don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, but... It's not that.
Okay. Anyway, you feel like I need to distract myself. So you've changed your nickname from The Miracle to The Iceman. Why have you done that?
I feel like I'm still half and half, but I've done that because the Iceman was actually my first nickname. my first fight nickname, and that's just because how calm I was going into the cage and stuff like that. Calm, cold, collected, killer.
Okay, and it's after UFC Hall of Famer Chuck Liddell?
Yes.
Do you see any similarities between yourself and him?
Do you know what? He was the first fighter I ever watched. Him versus Tito Ortiz back in the day, way back in the day. But I wasn't actually named after him. It's just, we just got the same name.
Coincidence.
Coincidence, yeah.
So ice baths. I'm just really dreading going in this, I'm not gonna lie. But is it a mental thing as much as a physical thing?
Yeah, definitely a mental, well, both, yeah, because you're physically frozen, but yeah, it's a mental thing, and I feel like when you panic mentally, it gets colder and colder.
Do you think that it definitely helps your fighting then, having the endurance to go into an ice bath and overcome it?
Well, fighting's mental, isn't it? So any mental battles you can overcome in any walk of life will help you. And my feet are freezing right now.
I think we should get in.
Ready to get in, yeah?
I think we should. Need that nearby, because... So what, are we just gonna go?
Yeah.
Not slowly at all. Just going straight in.
Yeah, just
Okay,
just lower yourself.
1, 2. I think the back's gonna hurt me. Why are you not moving?
I'm just mentally preparing myself.
Okay.
Oh.
This is so warm. It's so nice. Why are you not in the bath?
Right, come in.
You're meant to be the fighter. I'm in the bath. Oh, this is horrible. Sorry, who's the fighter here?
Come in.
Okay, I'm gonna relax. You enjoy this for your day off?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's really.
It's just getting your belly button in. Once your belly button's
I'm on a
in, you're
beach and it's really warm.
Right, let's go.
This is not great.
Can we add some more ice?
Right. Question time.
Question time. Let's go.
What is your toughest fight that you've ever had?
I would have to say, there's one before the UFC, probably my 4th pro fight, but in the UFC it's probably Douglas Silva Andrade. I don't know if you watched that fight, a small Brazilian guy. He was like 26-3 or something when I fought him, and the fight, it was a deep waters fight. The 3rd round was deep waters.
Deep waters?
Deep waters, yeah, deep waters.
Deep waters.
It was a good fight though. I feel like I dominated the 1st round, but the 3rd, it was very tough. It was very tough, yeah.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
I got in so confidently. I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm going to acclimatise.
I'm actually feeling a lot better now.
So we're in a particularly cold situation. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Can you confirm?
Oh, most definitely.
How do you stay cool under pressure?
It goes back to life experiences again. Everything does, and I feel like there's no worse situation I can be in than I've been in. So it's like I see fights are very small to me. I feel like that's what changed in my last fight as well. I wasn't too focused on the outcome and just being free. You've
achieved so much thus far, but I'm sure you have an end goal. What would your end goal be, particularly within the UFC?
My end goal is to be UFC champion, defend my belt a couple of times, and be the best featherweight of all time. Obviously, you'll have to go through the likes of Max Holloway, Ilia Toporias, and all them, and then keep defending. That's the way to do it. But it's there still. I can't even talk. I'm cold. But yeah, it's still there for the taking, and I believe I can do it.
I think with athletes and people that I've spoken to before, everyone says that once you achieve something, it's hard to live in the moment and really appreciate what you've achieved so far. For you, do you think you'll ever be content sort of with what you're achieving?
Well, it's funny you say that, because it's like only after my previous 2 fights I've actually started to like appreciate it and just like, yeah, be happy with the achievements, because as a fighter it's always on to the next big thing, but it's a short career and you have to just take it in and try and be in the moment. But it is hard because he's obviously goals you have set and stuff like that. But I feel like I'll be happy once I'm champion, and obviously I provide for my family and stuff like that. And I feel like that's the end goal, really.
I'll be happy once I'm out of this ice bath, I'll tell you that.
So, how are you feeling after that ice bath?
I feel cold, but I do feel energised. All in all, review of your day off. You took me, a City fan, to Old Trafford for a nice little walk around, and then you've brought me to an ice bath. So, don't know if I would come back for the day off, but I did enjoy.
Best day of your life.
Yeah. Well, I might see you at UFC 304 this weekend.
For sure. Don't miss it.
Co-op Live Arena, let's go. And all the best. I hope to see you at the Sphere. That's what I'm putting into the atmosphere, yeah.
I hope so. I hope so too. I'll light up for sure.
And there we have it. That was Lerone Murphy's day off. I have been Elz, and I will see you in the next one.